Hello. Oh.
Hi.
Love you so much, beautifuls.
Love you.
Oh,
Love
thank
you. You.
oh, oh. I love
Love
hearing your
you.
Aw.
oh. Always doing a Cindy going, oh, and I love that. It's so beautiful. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much for being here for this session. Sacred engagements with humanity. Oh, wow, that's so beautiful, isn't it?
Mm.
Just even saying that feels so like fulfilling and beautiful and uplifting, doesn't it? It's just so
Yeah.
just so where do we begin with this? I'm already feeling so much beautiful sacred love from you. It's gorgeous. So thank you so much for all of your ascension and all of your love. It's amazing. You're all so amazing. You really are. I absolutely treasure you and love everyone. And that's what we want to feel with humanity, with the rest of humanity, with all of humanity. And it's a it's a really big part of our ascension to really understand this. Is why I've included it, because we've been on our fallen journey, and I've talked about that many times. How we chose to forget ourselves and forget the beautiful being, the sacred being of love that we really are. And so we started all those, what would we say, those engagements that it's not sacred in that way from that, but on a higher level it is, because it's our choice. But it's the fallen perception engagements that we started to cultivate, and we've enjoyed that, hey. We've enjoyed that. I mean,
Yes.
it's really,
Yeah.
thank you. It feels really, at times in our fallen consciousness, we don't really like admitting that, do we? We just like, I don't like anything, people have hurt me, I've hurt people, I regret things, I'm sorry, I want to be apologized to, all of these things that we go through, and they're all perfect, they're all part of the perfect plan to experience our engagements that way. But in our ascension, we want to awaken the real truth of humanity as just one being. We're one soul, and the separation is the illusion. And that's what we are waking up to. Remember the illusions of the separation and the limitation. And we've talked a lot about wisdom in these sessions, and the wisdom is really remembering that you've created your reality and that we've all created our reality. And looking at this from that whole perspective is really, we can say we create our reality, because we are the one soul, and that's what's beautiful. And I know so many people are starting to realize this, and it's so touching to see that, and to people are really wanting to honor each other now. But there's still so much going on in their lives, in all of our lives, where we can see that fallen consciousness, hey?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pretty, it's really obvious. And I know when we feel our love for each other and we enjoy all that, and we lift up so high, don't we? We feel so high and we feel so fulfilled by that love, and it just feels endless, and we can't even express it enough, hey? We're all like, I don't know how to express this enough, because it's what I feel. And we say beyond words, because that's how the love that we feel, and that's the recognition of the love that we are. We used to have, remember back in the days when if you said I love you to someone, it was romantic. And you weren't supposed to say I love you to anybody, really, were you? Except for your wife or your husband or your your children, and that's really sweet and really beautiful, but it is a limitation. And like when I started to really just, I've always felt so much love for everyone. I'm sure you guys have too. And just, I wanted to express that love so much to people, but I knew that they would feel resistance to that. And I'm sure you can relate to that. Can you relate to that, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, that's what we wanted to do. But the social consciousness and all the rules about social consciousness was saying, how can you say you love me, you don't know me? People say that to me quite often. How can you say you love me when you don't know me? And actually, I had someone recently say to me that they'd only just met me, and they said, I love you even though I don't know you, but I love you. And I was like, wow, that's so touching and so beautiful that they felt that and they allowed themselves to say that, and I felt in myself that I do know you. And that's what I've always felt. And every time I would see every person I'd see, I knew them. Have you had that feeling where you're like, they're so familiar, hey? Have you had that?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like people have constantly said to me, do I know you from somewhere? And inside me, I think, yeah, sure do. But I wouldn't say that because I didn't want them to feel frightened. And that is part of respecting the one soul in its forgotten. Like I never wanted to just go and just blast everybody in the world who wasn't really remembering themselves with, hey, we're the one soul, I love you, give me a hug. It's like, I used to, like, this is way back, in the 90s, and people people ask me what did I do, when I was already started to do this higher conscious guidance. And I always felt this hesitation, like, I don't know if I really want to tell you because it's going to be confronting, So I did, though. I used to say that I do spirituality work, and they were just like, oh, and sort of like backing away and like, okay, you're weird, But now, how much has it changed? Like it really, really fascinates me now in the one soul how much it's already evolved and how beautiful that is, and how if I say that now, they go, oh yeah, wow, where do you do that? And it's just, are you still doing that? Just, I'm like, yeah. And it's just so much easier now as the one soul has been evolving. And I see so many things online of people sharing their higher consciousness, but I still see a lot of complication in that. And I understand the complication. I still see a lot of labels, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just part of their awakening. It's beautiful too. And from what I want to do with my guidance is simplify everything into the real pure, simple understanding of who we are. And that's because I feel like taking off all those identities is really unveiling the love that we are. What identity do we really need when we know that we are love? We really don't. But I know that people are still enjoying identities, and we've all enjoyed them, hey? We loved our identities. I love mine. How do you feel, guys? Do you love can you see how much you've loved your identity?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. What I love is how you can laugh at that too now. Because I sometimes look at myself and just think, and others, and think, oh, it's just so cute, It's just so cute and so adorable, and that we've been having this experience. But I know there's some things in the world that we find very difficult to feel that about, right?
Yeah.
And I often talk about in these sessions, because whenever I say that, I feel those things come to my mind as well, And but this is an important aspect for this session, to know we still want to have sacred engagements with them, no matter how fallen they are, no matter how dark they've become in their hiding themselves from the light and from the love that they really are. It's we want to respect them, and how we do that is to really remember that they are love. And this is so for every single person that you connect with, you can do that, and that will be the most sacred engagement. You don't have to say it. You just stay in that place of that love, and you recognize that's a being of love. That's a pure being of love, just like me. And what they have over them is just layers and layers and layers of forgetting that. So, and obviously some it looks more obvious than others. And have you ever noticed people that choose a lot of ego tend to look dark?
Yeah.
They seem to get this kind of even
Yeah.
color that looks quite dark, like almost black. I've seen people like that, and in my awakening, I've been able to understand what that really is. And it's just the frequency and the vibration of them forgetting who they are. And the more that they feel those fallen emotions that we talked about last session, you know, hate and lust and anger and fear. I find fear is one of the most common aspects of the people that go quite dark. But they, as we talked about, you know, they, in their fear, they get very angry. And have you noticed this, that people like that become very rigid in themselves? Yes?
I have noticed this in myself, like
Yes. Oh, well said. Well said.
it's
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
my under eyes becoming really dark when I'm so
Yeah.
scared and angry, and then it's like hate pouring out, and I'm like, but I'm scared, but everything is so full on.
I get it. I get it. Exactly. And thank you for saying that, because can you all relate to that? You've seen that in yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, of course you've seen it. And it's a really good thing to recognize that in ourselves. Remember, we're humanity too, so we want that sacred relationship with ourselves. We want to engage with ourselves in that way. And so the thing is, when you see that, the why I mentioned that about seeing that darkness in people is to see through that. It's only a veil. It's only a veil to the love and the light that they really are, you know. And so we want to have that sacred engagement with them on that soul level. We want to connect with their soul, with the love that they really are. And, you know, I've done that many, many, many times. I'm sure you guys have too. And the transformation is incredible. Like, it's like instant, you know, there's an instant transformation. The eyes start to sparkle, to shift, they're lighter, they're happier. And I'm not really even saying anything. I'm just engaging with that frequency of myself. And I know some of you have seen that happen when you've been with me out in the world, and it's beautiful for you to have seen it, because it's like what I like saying, the proof is in the pudding, you know, the vegan pudding. And so, you know, I see that in people, and you guys have seen that. Who'd like to share that? Just for example, who's experienced that with me in the world? Go, Margie.
I have, Joan.
Yep.
Yeah. Many times.
What was it like?
Beautiful. People just, you just help, not help, but you just start to give them so much love. And then they're just so attracted to you. They just change. You can see them blooming. You can see them lightening up. I've seen it many times. Yeah, absolutely beautiful to see. And they start expressing a lot more, and they have a lot more trust, and they'll talk to you about a lot more things, and what they're feeling and what they're going through, or what they're having in, you know, different things in their life. And so, yeah, it just opens them up so much. Just your presence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Margie.
I love watching you connect with them. Yeah.
Maggie says, do you want to go shopping?
Yeah, I know.
And that's the reason.
Do you need anything, Joe? Let's go shopping.
So sweet. Thank you so much, Maggie. But it's really beautiful. And I don't feel like I'm doing anything except feeling love on myself and expressing that, because I can see that beautiful sacred being standing there. And I love people so much. You know, like, do you feel that love for humanity?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, really do.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And it's so obvious, but there's that feeling of being hurt we've been hurt by some people that we love, right? And that's painful, and that love is so deep and so strong, and we do feel that really deep when we bond more with people, and we're having those experiences to gain wisdom. You know, we've all bonded with someone on a very deep level, relationships, etc., family. You know, we all feel that love. We feel it kind of deeper because of the bond. And part of understanding our ascension with them and everyone, but especially them with the bonds, is that we transform those bonds. We don't break the bond. We don't have to, because we actually are bonded with everyone, but we transform it in our ascension. So we begin to have more of a sacred engagement. You know, if you're in a relationship, or if you're not and you have connections with other people still from that time, family, etc., all of that, and those are very relevant in our life. Hey, so relevant in all of our lives,
Yes.
and it's
Yeah.
perfect. You know, it's really perfect. But we transform those bonds by understanding the being of love that they are. And you know, it just we use the word heal it because it means to make whole. It heals everyone, including yourself, to have that love and feel that love. But of course, that can be really rejected, right? We've had a lot of sacred engagements of rejection in the One Soul, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it hurts. It really hurts. And so, but that's something for us to really understand too. You know how beautiful that really is, to have that feeling. How could we have ever felt rejected if we weren't rejected? We needed to feel. I mean, in my experience, I did a lot more rejecting than being rejected. But you know, that hurt too. You know, that really hurt when I did that, but I knew that I had to choose my ascension. You know, and I'm sure you can all relate to that too. It feels like rejection, even though you're trying to express your love as much as you can. That's you know, that's part of the transformation of the bond. And it was always that for me, that it always felt like I knew this wasn't right for my ascension. I always felt that. I didn't always use the word ascension, but I knew I wanted to experience spirituality in myself more than anything else. And so, you know, it's good in a way that I experienced more of rejecting than being rejected, because then I could understand that. So I'd like to ask you each one, I'll just go around and ask you, Amy, we'll start with you. Have you felt rejection or rejected, and how did that feel?
Yeah, I felt both. Um, when I rejected someone, it was also painful because you don't want to hurt the other one, but it felt more right in yourself because you knew you were doing the right thing. But being rejected was always more painful. Yeah, it's like you don't feel good enough. And yeah, I think that's the main feeling I always had. I'm not good enough.
Thank you. Thank you for
I'm
sharing.
not lovable.
You're not lovable. Very well said. Thanks, Amy. Margie?
Yeah, if I'm rejected, I feel like I go straight into self-hate and feel like I've done something wrong, and it just throws me all off. I just feel, yeah, it just feels really yucky. I just feel like I'm wrong all the time when I'm rejected.
Yeah.
But then I see I have rejected other people too, and that feels really painful as well. Because if I'm rejecting somebody, I feel like I've got a reason for rejecting them, but I just don't. I still feel bad when I do.
Yeah. I know, and even if someone has really hurt you, the rejection is really painful. It's still it involved so much of our fallen experience, and which you knew you had to reject, but it still hurt.
Yeah, it really hurts. Yeah.
Thank you, Smuggy. That's really great for sharing. Thanks for sharing that.
Mm.
Okay, Sean.
Yeah, I felt many times when I felt rejected, I couldn't. It felt like it hit me so deeply, like I was at the bottom of myself. Like I said last time we had this session, like I felt like I was at the bottom of myself, and I couldn't understand it. I thought there was something wrong with me because I couldn't understand why other people didn't feel what I felt, like that depth of loss. I really thought there was something wrong with me. I remember thinking that quite often when it happened.
Yeah.
And then also I used to have a lot of fear about rejecting other people. I felt a lot of fear about rejecting other people as well. I felt really, I didn't want to hurt them, and I didn't want them to feel any pain. And I didn't want to have the conversation. I remember not wanting to confront that within myself or them at all.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. That's amazing. That particularly got my attention. The part of that I felt like something was wrong with me. You know, that's very painful, and it feels like an endless amount of pain, because how can you ever fix that? Because you don't feel like there's something wrong with you. You know, you feel like, and quite often, I mean, you may be able to recognize some things that you might have done in a fallen aspect, but quite often you feel very innocent too. Like you feel like all we did was love and all we did was give. And that's very common too in this experience. So thank you, Sean. That's I really appreciate that. Beautiful. Nisha?
Yeah, I have had experiences where I really had to reject many people, and that it was like quite often, even before we got too close, I knew eventually I will reach that point, because I would keep growing. I did not understand the word ascension, but that's how I saw that I would keep growing. But actually, it was like I'll keep choosing ascension, and if they don't, we can't be together. And it was really hard, but also very easy, because I
I love that. That's beautiful. Keep going.
because it was like, yeah, because it was like that is the highest gift of love that I can give to them. So it was painful, but I knew that that was actually the most loving thing I could do for all involved. And rejection, it is very interesting. As I was listening to everyone sharing, I felt the same, like rejection, you know, like I'm not good enough, and there's something wrong with me. But there was also this feeling that was like, yes, finally it has happened. I always anticipate rejection. And
Right.
it's like,
That makes sense.
and it's like, and it felt weirdly home. Okay,
Yeah.
now this has happened. And I'm like, so, and it felt relieving that it happened. But it was painful. The hurt was there, everything was there. But underneath that, there was always this feeling. I knew this was going to happen, and now it has happened. We are done with it. Let's keep going.
That's very good and very well shared. Thank you, Nisha, for saying that. And I'm seeing everybody's connecting with that too, and understand.
Yes.
Yeah, and relating. You know, and I related to everything that you shared. You know, it's really amazing that that's so deep within us, that feeling like we're expecting, and that's what I used to receive a lot from a lot of people. I'm not good enough for you. You know, like, and I would feel like, but I don't feel that. I love you, you know. And then this underlying thing, it didn't matter what I said, it was still there. And eventually I knew that I'd just come to that conclusion that that's what they want to feel, and it's okay. But it didn't fulfill me, you know. But it's so good that you talked about that, how it was the best thing and the greatest thing you could give was your ascension, is exactly what I used to feel too. And I used to share that, but it wasn't easily understood because of the pain, you know, and the bond's very, very strong. And, you know, we've all felt that incredible depth of feeling in love with someone, you know. There's been that feeling somewhere in our reality. And if you haven't, I understand that too. But you know, even if it's not this life, it's happened somewhere on our journey, you know, and it can, even if it's happened in the past life, it can just sit there, you know, where people become very cautious and don't want to get involved anymore because of the pain. And I understand all of those things. They're all part of our journey of forgetting ourselves. It's perfect. So let's hear from Clary. Thank you, Nish. That's beautiful.
I have been rejected many times, many times.
So we can laugh about it now.
Yeah. I have rejected a couple of times, but it's more been I've been rejected, more been my journey and what I wanted to feel has definitely been rejected.
Oh.
And to the point where I would definitely relate to what everyone said, you know, something's really wrong with me. I'm really, really worthless. Like I'm totally unlovable. And it would even lead me, like in my teenage years, late teenage years, it, you know, led me to feeling suicidal. Like I was just, there was just no hope. Like it was because I wanted the depth of love so much. And when I felt that I had found it, and then it was a rejection situation, it was like absolutely crushing. It just felt so devastating. It's like you can't barely breathe. You know, how do you even put one foot in front of the other and keep going? Like it was like really devastating. But as I progressed through my life and with your guidance and everything, I started to understand so much more about rejection and really integrate that.
That's
And
all.
then, yeah, then I've had an experience where, like you said, it wasn't about breaking the bonds, it was about transforming the bonds with someone really close to me. And after I did that, and I was just really strong about my ascension, and for years I felt so guilty, you know, so much guilt
Well
for just even wanting a higher relationship with that person, and it wasn't understood. So that person felt really rejected, and you know, so it was another form of devastation. But fortunately, I had your beautiful love, and you just helped me through that so much. But yeah, it's been extremely painful on both sides. It's but I can really feel how much I have really wanted those experiences. I've really truly wanted them. And I'm very grateful for the wisdom. Very like it feels so precious to me now that I've had that wisdom. And I can really understand like the transformation of bonds, and I can really understand the choice of ascension. But you know, and I just love myself from all of those, through all of those experiences. I can feel myself giving myself like just the biggest hug.
I love that. Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yes, you've definitely transformed so much from those times. I remember when I first met you, I could really see all those layers in you.
Yeah.
Over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And how beautifully you've allowed yourself to find your love for yourself. And thank you for sharing all those things. They're very relevant to all of us. And the feeling of just the rejection is just so painful. Yeah, so painful. Thank you for sharing that, Clary. We'll do Stella.
Thank you.
Yes, as a child and teenager, I remember feeling very much rejected by my parents, my family, the school, and feeling a lot of grief and loneliness. And yeah, I remember it was very painful. And I was projecting a lot on those people. Like, of course, I was projecting my twin flame and my soul family. And it was really, really painful. And then as I kept growing and I became more aware of myself and grew in my self-esteem and my confidence, I began to feeling like I had to reject a lot of people along the way, like partnerships and friendships. Partnerships was a lot more easy because it was like a feeling of freedom of, oh, finally.
I understand.
Yeah. And with friendships, it was very painful because I really loved them, but I could see that we were not in the same path, and I was choosing something different from them, so I knew I could not keep going with them. But I still love them, and then I remember always, even now today, when I sometimes meet these people, I feel I want to express my love for them, but I can feel like there's a wall, like because they felt very rejected by me. So it's like they don't want it, and it's like I feel judged, and I feel like they somehow are trying to punish me. They want to punish me. It's really funny to see this. And there's always been this feeling, even like by rejecting other people, feeling like everyone said, like there is something wrong with me. Like, how am I rejecting everyone? And then it would trigger. Sometimes I could see that clingy, like in a way, I knew I wanted to let go of them, but at the same time, I wanted to cling on them because there was all these feelings of loneliness and grief under that I still had to feel and integrate. So it was, been a deeply intense journey going through all of that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for sharing. That's really, really profound, beautiful. And as you're talking about how much your ascension consciousness is in there, it's so, the awareness is such a great level, high level, of understanding. So thank you so much for sharing that. And I understand all of it, relate to all of it. And I feel like saying something about the friendship too, like that's something a lot of people have experienced, of the loss of their friends for one reason or another, but particularly like what you were having was because you had to move forward in yourself, in your ascension, and that is a big part for all of us in our ascension. And we the sacred engagement we want to have is to just see the love that they are, and be kind, of course, be loving, even if you don't say it to them, you feel it in yourself. Because a lot of what I'm talking about today is not necessarily what you would say to them, but what you would feel in yourself. And if it did feel appropriate to say it, you would. And there's been, I would say, in all of your experiences that you've just talked about, you would have felt it wasn't appropriate to say. And even if you did say the higher things to them, that would be rejected by them, because they weren't ready for their ascension, they didn't understand, and they hadn't finished their journey. And big part of their journey, and that beautiful, perfect higher plan for all of us, was rejecting and being rejected. And it's fascinating hearing about your stories. Thank you so much. I really love them. I really love hearing about them, and I feel like there's so much for us all to relate to about that. And it's very interesting, the feelings that you described, the pain, and the clinging that you talked about too, Estella. And that's something that's also really painful, to feel either clinging to someone or being clung to. That's something that I truly have experienced so much, and I understand it, and understand the suicide feelings, all those feelings. And it's just really, the bottom line is that feeling within ourselves that we can't have what we want. Because even when we feel free from an engagement that felt stifling to our ascension, we're still longing for that love, We're still longing for that. And so that's still painful in ourselves when we've been going through that, and because you guys are doing so awesome with your love focus, and thank you for that. It's you can feel how much that love is transforming that pain, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's exactly what we want to do with all engagement with humanity. Those sacred, see them as sacred. Start seeing humanity as sacred. We've had this feeling in ourselves that everyone is dangerous, right? And there's a suspicion of everyone, which is understandable. right? Because there's a lot of things we've seen in the world that feel dangerous, you know, but we want to look at that in ourselves, of how much do we have in ourselves danger belief. So what do? We protect ourselves from love. We turn that focus of danger into defensiveness and protectiveness, right? And so that's something that we want to try and understand more in ourselves. And I want to help you to see that and integrate that, because part of the sacred engagements with each other is to finish with the defensiveness, to finish with the fear and the protectiveness that we feel like we're in. Can you all relate to feeling you have to protect yourself or others that you love?
Yes.
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 Yep.
And of course, it is relevant. We do need to protect ourselves in certain things, you know, like, you know, our safety is important. You know, our family, we want to, whether it's soul family or biological family, we want to protect. And I think that's beautiful. And we don't want to fully disregard that, but we want to understand it. We want to understand where we're living in that engagement with humanity is defensiveness. And you can really see that if you just walk around anywhere in the world, you'll see it in everyone's face. Not a lot of people want to make eye contact. They don't, and they feel afraid to actually even just form a bond with anyone, because there's a lot of soul memory now. There's a lot of soul memory in the one soul that remembers pain. It remembers that it's supposed to. And in a way, the way that's happening is helping the shift as well. It's interesting to be able to see both aspects of it. Like, it's something that I've done myself, but not in a way of feeling defensive. I have deliberately been cautious and careful to not try and bond. But at the same time, I'm feeling that bond in my soul. I'm feeling that love for that being. But I know if I do allow more of that love, how's it going to be taken by certain people? But I don't stop the love in myself. Do you understand the difference?
Yeah.
So what I'm doing in that situation is I'm respecting the boundary. My sacred engagement is to respect them. And so this is such a beautiful aspect in that way, where we can overcome the danger consciousness and the protective consciousness, the defensiveness. We can start to feel respect and understanding and compassion and kindness. And I know that you guys are already doing that. You're already doing that because it's natural when you start ascending anyway. But I wanted to share more guidance on this, because I think it's very relevant to our ascension, is to understand what does it really mean to have sacred engagements with humanity. It doesn't mean you have to start going up to every single person and saying, I love you. That would be beautiful if, you know, when we get there, because we will get there. And so, but we want to really respect people's levels, but love them anyway. When we see things happening in the world, we hear things happening in the world that are painful for people, victims, you know, the people that have been responsible for that victim, for, you know, making that person be a victim, etc. So we want to still look at those things. We still want to engage on a sacred level, and that means we're choosing it from our sentient consciousness. So that's how we can integrate it in ourselves, because it is painful. We don't want to see the one soul suffering. We don't like them. And, you know, there's situations where there's been many people have died in situations, you know, that's been painful to hear about that or know about that. But what we want to do is really feel the compassion and the love and the respect for their journey, for the loved ones that have the loss. We want to feel the compassion for all of that, right? That's a sacred engagement. even though we can see and we can understand that those beings that have passed wanted that. But we don't want to go around and start saying things like that because it won't be understood, right? We respect the level of people. It's so important. But we keep loving. Not always easy with some stories, right? Not always easy. But this is what I've shared with you many times is go really high in your perception. Every one of us, every single person of humanity has a higher being there. Them as all of us as ourselves exist. I go up like that because it's a higher frequency. We all have that aspect of ourselves, always. Now you can connect with that always too. And it's something that I love to do when I'm really going through something that I'm wanting to integrate more in myself. Something might just be revealed all of a sudden. This is what happens in your ascension. Revealed within you that you see something about your fallen consciousness and like, wow, that feels really strong. Someone could trigger it, an engagement with someone can trigger it, of course. We all know that feeling. Yes, and we want to own that and say, I wanted this to be true. I wanted to be triggered. So we can go right to our higher self, our higher being, not separate from that. It's you. I could just say it's right here, but I always feel this feeling when I go like that, like a lifting feeling. And I love that feeling. And that's you. That's all of us. And that's what we can do. That's a really profound and beautiful, fulfilling, sacred engagement that we can have with ourselves and everyone else. And so we can understand the higher plan. It's, as I've said many times, I'm going to say it again, it's not always easy because of the painful feelings that we have. And something that's really helped me to understand loss and the grief of losing loved ones is to know where they are. They still exist. They exist in a beautiful place called light interim. And it's a dimension. And it's there, and it's a place where they can just enjoy whatever they want to enjoy in that place. And they're in their ethereal bodies. They've chosen to not go to this level physically for now. And I've had many conversations with beings in that beautiful place. I actually get a lot of messages, a real lot of messages. And sometimes like, who are you? It's like, thank you. I love that. It's beautiful. And but others that I really know because I've shared with people about their loved ones. And it's really beautiful to see it from that perspective. And it's something to respect a boundary with. Even though you can see it and you can understand this really high level of that light interim, that really higher dimension where they are. And every one of them goes there. Every single being that passes goes there. And it's a beautiful place of love. And there's angels there, and there's other beings that are there that know and understand, and there's so much sharing in that place. It's just like a beautiful ascension paradise in a way. It's like, and yet there is still a lot to integrate. There can be a lot of grief. There can be a lot of all of that we're talking about. A lot of our fallen stuff is in that place too. But there are beings there that help to guide that. And some of those beings went through this experience where they passed and became one of those guides. So it's a beautiful, beautiful place. And that helps us to understand the experience of loss. And we've got to really respect that. We don't want to start going up to someone who's had a big loss and start raving with that, right? Then you would become like a dogmatic spiritual guru type aspect, which doesn't really help anyone. So the humility, a beautiful wisdom feeling from what you're understanding from my guidance, just sit with it within yourself and feel it and understand it within yourself, because that's what you have to do first. If you take this understanding that I'm sharing with you in this guidance and you take it into intellectual superiority, you're not going to engage with humanity in a sacred way. You're just going to engage in superiority. So it's not something, and that's okay too. If you've ever had that experience, and if you ever do have that experience, it's okay. It's not about me saying you're wrong. It's about me helping you in your ascension and understanding that the real truth of having that compassion and having this knowing that I'm sharing with you about light interim can help you with all of those aspects. Because we've all lost loved ones, either in this life or other life. We've all been through grief, and it's not just humanity, it's the animals, it's homes, it's all sorts of things that we've had grief from. And so that's what has formed a lot of those feelings of danger too. Protectiveness and defensiveness. And of course, we don't want to turn the high consciousness aspect, then I don't have to care anymore. I'm a higher being. I don't have to be cautious anymore. It's everything that I guide you with involves respect for the knowledge. It involves that. Without that, it's not real for you, right?
Yeah.
The realness is the humility and the love that's within yourself. And that's beautiful. And again, if you want to go and do that, it's okay. But you will have an experience. I'm sure maybe some of you might have had it where you can really see that they're not really understanding you when you're trying to get it through, right? I think you've all had that. I've had that.
Yeah.
I used to feel like that's how I gained all this wisdom about this, when I really started to understand that there was much more loving to not do that and just to be there for them and love them and have that engagement instead. And sometimes it's not easy when you have that knowledge that you want to tell them, right? But respect where they are, share what you feel is enough from that really sacred place of compassion. And the best thing you can do is just say, I understand. I love you. I'm here for you. I understand. Share anything you want with me. That's just beautiful. Simple, beautiful. And that makes people feel safe too. If people are feeling like you're pushing all this higher consciousness onto them, they're just, I'm sure you've all experienced it, just backing away. And quite often when you do that, they don't respect the information. They take it, actually they've even probably used it against you. I've had that experience.
Yeah.
But aren't you supposed to be loving? Aren't you supposed to know all these things? And and I was being loving, but because it made someone feel defensive, made them feel wrong, that's where they can turn in that way. And so the most sacred way of engaging is what I said. Just be understanding, be loving, just be soft, be supportive without turning it into the rescuing, right? And I know we all want to rescue, especially the people that we love. We get so desperate for that. And so in the highest way, your love does rescue them. Not in the fallen way, but in the way of that they're gonna feel that love. Something in them's getting triggered about love. I know you've all felt that from me. My love has helped you to feel that. And for me, that giving that love is just sacred for me too. So I've said many times, thank you for letting me love you, because it's just so beautiful. And I just want to pour out my love on everybody all the time, and I feel like every single soul I meet, I'm in love with, like in a beautiful way, like everyone is beautiful, and but we want to understand that engagement with them. Are we really respecting them as a sacred being if we're trying to force them to know the real truth? That we're not really. We need to respect their level and where they are. And it can be very painful. I'm sure you can all relate to this too. It's going to be very painful when you have done that and what it resulted in. It can really result in a very deep rejection by that person too. Can anyone relate to that?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Would anyone, let's not use any names or anything, but would anyone like to share a moment that they can relate to about that? With complete respect to that being, we'll just keep it on this level. But anybody like to share? It's okay if you don't want to.
Yeah, I will, Jode.
Okay, Maggie.
Yeah, without mentioning any names, but somebody that was very close to me, that I felt like as soon as I met you and I started to want to wake up, I just got understood so much more, and I just wanted to move on. And I wanted to share so much love with that person, and they didn't want it. They didn't want to hear. They didn't want to do anything I was doing. They wanted to reject. Yeah. And then they went through anger, and it was a big experience. Yeah. That I went through with that person.
How did that make you feel?
Oh, it was a real struggle, but I knew that I wanted to keep moving and move on with my ascension. And I wasn't going to stop that, but it was such a really huge struggle. It went on for years, on and off, to try and struggle through that whole time. And I felt they got angry. They felt so rejected by me, and I was feeling way more love for them than I had ever felt.
Wow.
And that they didn't understand my love,
Yes, that's a very good point, Mark.
Yeah.
I'd like to just interject, because especially if there's been like an involvement in a relationship in that way, like a romantic relationship, that love that you're giving them can make them feel hope, that they might be able to have you back instead of rejected. And you know what? If they really chose ascension, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
But when you can see they're not really choosing that, it's a fine line, and it is difficult to go through, Mark, to feel that love more than ever. Have to surrender and understand their level. Yeah. Keep sharing if you feel like it, Margie.
Yeah, I even wanted to try and explain ascension to them, and it was just falling on deaf ears. It was not. It was just, I felt like it was digging a bigger hole for me. It just didn't feel right. It was making them not understand and reject me a lot more and be more angry with me, and I just tried to explain what I was doing and why I wanted to move forward. And I could really see, I don't try and do that with anyone now, but I did in early times when I was first starting to wake up.
Yeah.
And
if you do, in saying the boundary of sharing with people who are not ready, you can very gently share an amount that feels right to you. You'll feel wrong as soon as you'll feel them, not wrong, you'll feel a hesitancy when you will know, you trust that intuition when it doesn't feel right. But there is an aspect, of course, and I'm glad I'm sharing this now, because it's important to understand that you can help people to remember that they are love when it feels right. But in that situation that you're in, Margie, you were trying to do that. The wisdom was really to understand it's not their journey, it's yours right now.
I understand that now, but I didn't then. And I really look back and see how I was back then, and how I was trying to. I didn't get it in that way. That was not their journey, but I really get it now.
Yeah, and that was some great wisdom for you to understand what that feels like. And now you know what it feels like.
Oh yeah.
And it's a beautiful feeling, actually, to really respect people's level. And that's such an important aspect of our sacred engagement with humanity. Respect their level. Because there's a reason for that. It's not a mistake. they're still gaining their wisdom, and they're gaining that wisdom for all of us. And the things that you've seen them do that you know, I would never do that. I don't want to do that. Well, then you can say, well, thank you for doing that for me. That's an engagement that I've set on a soul level. Thank you for doing that for me. Because that's a wisdom in the one soul. You know, we could just focus in ourself entirely as being one being. It's entirely that, because that is the truth. And we can say in these moments of that focus, wow, look at all the wisdom I've gained as this one soul. You can say we if you want. You know, look at all the wisdom that this beautiful collective consciousness has gained, and we've loved it. You know, that's a great thing to understand in our ascension with sacred engagements, is everyone is loving their experience, even though it might not look like it. And I think it's beautiful to give compassion. You have to in your ascension. Compassion can just come as a vibration, just in within you when you're feeling it, you know, and you can feel that just for the one soul. You can also, you have the right to say on a soul level to anything that's happening in the one soul that you want different. You are allowed to, and in fact, I encourage you, from a beautiful and only a perspective of love, say to the one soul within your soul, I want that finished now. Thank you for the wisdom. Thank you for that experience. We know what that feels like now as this one being. I want that to finish. You can say that. It's not wrong. It's not coming against your ascension. It's not seeing everyone as a victim. It's just really knowing in your soul that you feel like you want to say that. If you're feeling anger about it, if you're feeling grief about it, if you're feeling fear about it, that won't work. That won't create the change, right? That means you have more integration to do about the same thing. But on that real sacred level, when you are going and rising in that consciousness to see everything, all of us as one beautiful being, everything as one being, then you're feeling that love and that real true compassion, which is just understanding the choice. It's just understanding the choice. When you're feeling that and you feel like, I really in my soul want that to finish, and I'm saying that from love, do that. Because it, as I said, you have every right to do that. You are the one soul. We are the one soul. And if we're feeling that from our love, that we feel like we want that completed, we can say that. With love, though, remember? Because I know I have gone through many layers of that feeling. Like the amount of reaction I've had to cruelty has been really intense, like sobbing intense. And I just let myself have that experience and then rise from there and have the understanding and the compassion of the journey. Not always easy. And there's many things I've asked to change, and many things I've said to the one soul, that's it, that's finished. But I've said it with assertion, but with love and the wisdom of knowing what it feels like. Because love isn't weak. It's not timid. You know, that's related to fear. Love is strong, but it doesn't mean it's dominating, right? We want to understand love for what it really is. It's just who we are. And when we feel love, that real love, right? We've all been in love. We felt the romantic love. It didn't really last, really, right? Because it was only romantic love. But the real love of our soul, and if we're having engagements like that, that's really real. That's the love that we are. And of course, we do have a lot of programs about romance, don't we? No, and of course, there's nothing wrong with wanting to have that twin flame experience. Nothing at all. But what level of twin flame experience do you want to have? There is really only one, actually, and it's when you're ascending. But there's so many things, aspect of twin flame stuff out there that's saying you're supposed to go through a lot of stuff together and all that. And we've got the twin flame session, the group session. Everything's there. It's really, really good. So anyone that's watching this who hasn't seen that, watch that, because it's really great. But it's really good to know the real love that you are and that we all are. And when this engagement of knowing and seeing us all as one, doesn't that feel wow to you? Like, wow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would anyone like to share how that feels? Would anyone like to share? What does that feel like? Anybody can share. Thanks, Margie. I love everything you shared. Beautiful.
Thank you. I love you.
So I love you too. So anyone like to share how that feels? That one soul thing?
Yeah. It's like one of the things where I struggled and I believed that I could not see one soul was when I believed in the victim. And I could see people going through stuff and I was like, you can change it, you can change it. And I was so passionate about it. And I'm like almost making them a victim myself with my passion. Like,
I get that. Yeah.
and then and it was ages ago when that happened, and one of those big experiences happened, and you helped me understand. You just sent me one liner message, which basically meant as much as I have the right to choose, they have the right to choose as well. And that changed everything. And I could then, from then on, I have always consciously tried to see whenever anyone is going through anything, it is okay. And I love you no matter what. And that has opened up so much for me. So,
Wow.
And now when I look back, it's like that's when the rejection that I was feeling for my love started decreasing, because I was not trying to make them anything else. And my love, I'm trying to think right now. I don't think my love after that was ever rejected.
Wow.
Wow. I didn't connect with that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and it felt so that feeling, it was so whole, like it was pure, it is pure, it is very joyful, but it does not have the harshness of ego joy. It has that, it's sublime, and it's so soft, and it it's like a warm hug that we all feel.
Yeah, maybe that's why we want we want to hug our one soul. And I've actually done that. I've done that often. And it's because I want to feel us all as one, you know, and it's beautiful to do that. But wow, Nish, that's amazing. I'm really glad when I send that message to you that I sent it. That's so true and perfect. Like, yes, everybody is allowed to choose. But also what we can also see when we have the perspective of the oneness, we are all choosing it, but as that one, not in our individuality. And it's good to know that as well. It's everything about ascension has polarities to understand. This is the wisdom and the having the experience of seeing these perspectives. But of course, once we've seen them, then we feel that wholeness, that oneness. And that's what we always feel. So sometimes what I'm saying sounds contradictory, but when you can see it from the ascension perspective, it's not. It's balance. And that's beautiful. That's perfect. Oh, thank you, Nish. Was there anything else you'd like to share about that?
Yeah, one example experience that just came to my mind, that I had this really good friend, and that friend really loved complaining, and all my time with that friend I would be like, we don't have to do that, we don't have to do that.
I just want to ask everyone, has everyone had a friend like that loves complaining?
Yes.
Yes.
I think that's the definite a choice of a fun thing for us to choose. Let's have someone who complains all the time.
Yeah, and now that I think of it, there's so many people that I know, and I would laugh with them. I'm like, yep. So the entire world exists just to make sure that your life is not good enough, just to make sure you are in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's very well said. just to
and
make
then
sure your life is a mess or it's your fault. Wow,
and,
that's amazing.
and then because I would come with that like really joyfully, because I could really see their perception, they would also laugh with me, and that would change. And
Wow, that's fantastic. Yeah.
yeah, and I've seen that. And
so wonderful, so wonderful. The high ascension. I laugh so much at our journey, and with joy, not with smugness or anything, just the real beauty of it all. It's so fascinating and gorgeous. But keep going, beautiful.
yeah, but this joy was like before I met you, right? And then no, like a lot of people understood, and I only did with those who knew me well enough that they could take me in that level. But then
Oh, beautiful. Yeah.
but then I found you, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, you get me, you get this.
Yep.
And you actually helped me understand more of it. You helped me understand the real understanding that I was feeling and connecting, but not understanding the oneness. So in the past, I could see the joy, but I did not understand the oneness. But with you, I understood that this part that you said, that if, like, we are choosing it. It's not only them, but we are choosing.
That
And
was
that
contradicting.
and that is like gem. It's so precious to me that I'm like, yeah, it is we. And then I could laugh with them more, because it was like, we are choosing this and you are playing this role, and how awesome you are. And sometimes there were times when I could not actually say say to them. I had to just say that in my heart. But I just kept loving them. And in my heart, I was like, I love you. And sometimes I would go in my heart, oh, you're so cute to feel that.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I like that a lot. I think we can all do that and see the cuteness in ourselves. But thank you so much. Was there more?
You showed me that. That's all I wanted to add. You have all of this. I have seen you doing that. I have, like, it is not only that you have said that, I have seen you doing that, and I have seen people healing from that. I've seen myself healing from that.
Thank you.
And so thank you.
Thank you. I love that so much. And I want to elaborate on oneness too, because as you were talking about that, I was wanting to share this. The more oneness consciousness that we have, you will see the oneness happening. And I want to explain that, because it's a very important part of this session is to remember the oneness. When you feel the oneness, you're not focused on the separation. You're not focused on the individuality and the victim that comes with that, or the victory. When you feel the oneness, that just seems irrelevant. You just feel the whole being and you feel the oneness. And also, you'll start having experiences where you can see that oneness is happening right in that moment. Now, just for a really basic example, have you ever been listening to a song, or have you been watching TV or anything where there's some other being talking and you suddenly hear the exact same word that you've just said, or the exact same experience that you've just said or felt in that moment?
Yeah.
If you haven't, think about it more and be more observant in that oneness. I have been constantly, like in social media as well, it'll come through. You'll start seeing the oneness in our world, not just in those screens, but in reality. You can just be out in the world and you'll hear people saying words. Like, it might not even be associated to what you're associating this word. Just say the word beautiful. Just say that word beautiful like that. If you were just thinking about how beautiful the one soul is, you might hear the word beautiful being said. And it'll happen. Sometimes for me, it happens all the time, but it happens quite often. I'll be thinking it and then it's there. Like I'm thinking about something. It's so funny, but I'll be thinking about something. I'm thinking about beautifulness. And so I'm just thinking about, what does beautifulness mean, or something like that. And then all of a sudden I'll just hear the word beautiful or see it somewhere. At that exact moment. It's not 5 minutes later or 10 minutes later. It coincides with me exactly. And the more that I am noticing the oneness, the more I'm experiencing that. And it's like, have you ever had that feeling? I'm sure you've had this feeling. It's like, oh, I was going to say that. You know, you're having some connection with someone. Oh, I feel that too. Like that's our love. That is our love. And the more that we connect with that oneness, like what's going to happen is the one mind is coming into alignment. We do think as one, but the alignment is coming into remembering that we are love and living as love. And that's what we all want. That's the ultimate, is that we all ascend, right? We all wake up and remember. And that is the plan, and that is in your DNA. And I said that last time in the session, in the emotion session, that you have all just activated more of your ascension DNA from this session, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
And I've always said that whenever you are ascending, that's what you're doing. All that memory is within every single one of us. You can't really be a human without it.
Wow.
It's everywhere. It's in everything. That plan for ascension is everywhere and in everything. But the more that we can focus on the oneness of ourselves, just knowing we are one being, look, just start there. Just start in that beautiful feeling of love. You know, just if you want to sit still for a moment, quietly close your eyes and just feel it. Like you might see millions of faces in that vision even, but you'll know that that soul is the same. It's the oneness. This is going very high in our consciousness, but that's how we ascend. We go high in our consciousness. We remember the sacredness of ourself. We want to be higher, and we can only say higher because it's relevant to the lower. But the oneness is neither high or low. It's just love. That's why love is so pure for us to focus on, because it doesn't judge. It doesn't see things as right or wrong. It sees things from our ascension consciousness of the perfection of it, you know? That's what I want to assist you with today, is to have that engagement with others. It doesn't have to be verbal. It's just a soul thing. And the more that you do that and the more that you remember to do that, it'll just become so natural and automatic. And I'm pretty sure you're already doing that in your lives, you guys. You might just becoming more aware of it now from this session. You will just feel it, and you'll just feel overwhelming love. And it's only overwhelming because it's like that memory is there again of who I am, you know, who I am as all. Such a beautiful feeling, that overwhelming. And what can happen though when we feel overwhelming, right? I know you can all relate to this, and let yourself feel the emotions. They are so precious. When we can feel overwhelming, sometimes we want to feel safe again, back down in a level that feels sort of more comfortable because we've been so programmed. But don't let yourself do that in your ascension. It's okay if you do, and please do make it okay, because I love you. We all love you, no matter what. But in your ascension, I want to encourage you to have that strength, to have that commitment to the sacred being of all of us, the one soul of humanity. That everything that you are doing is for the one soul. And that's why I was sharing about, you might hear things, you might notice things, you'll probably notice it more now that we've talked about it. You know, connecting, you can feel that instant connection. Focus on that oneness as much as you can. Remember to do. And enjoy it. Enjoy your ascension in that way. If you think about the engagement of individuality, it's fun. You know, we get to be all different facets of the same thing. we get to have the illusion of separation, because truth is we're not. We're not individual and we're not separate. We are one. And it's that oneness consciousness that will really lift you in your ascension more and more and more. And you'll more and more and more feel love for everything, because you'll know the perfection. And all you will feel from that is bliss. I absolutely love the word oneness. I love it so much. It's such, look, even if you just say to yourself oneness when you're going through your feelings, when you're trying to integrate the intensity of that falling consciousness, and we all go through that, right? All of us, me included, because it's still integrating. The more that you integrate and understand, remember, integration is just seeing it as a whole thing, not separate. Owning this beautiful creation. But the more that you do integrate, the less intense it will be. And oneness can really, really help you. Look, write that word down somewhere, you know, put it somewhere where you can see it and just look at it, you know. Enjoy looking at the word oneness. I love it. But to have the real understanding of it is really, really profound, hey? Are you feeling that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, just when you've said it, yeah, really deeply.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, One Soul. Would any one of you beautiful facets like to share how that feels?
Yes, I would. I'd
Yeah.
love to. When you were talking before, Jody, and we were deep talking in about the oneness,
Yeah.
and then you talked about how fun it was to be separate. I instantly felt the drop of out of that oneness consciousness. I was like, oh wow, like there was joy, but I felt the drop of consciousness as well. It felt like, and I just feel so grateful that we're having this session, and there's so much information, there's so much to take on, and it's just over the years I remember the times that I haven't been with any of you but have been with you and connected with you on that level and felt that connection and felt that oneness, and I just can't wait to absorb more of this whole session, because I just feel like it's just so amazing, so amazing, so amazing.
Thank you
I
so
love
much.
I love it. I love the oneness, and I love the simplicity of you describing what you're saying about just the understanding that it's someone's journey. And I remember before thinking that I'd be like, well, that's their shit, you know, and then
I get it.
and then I was kind of a bit confused in that, because I was like, but I'm having this experience with them, you know, and I was like, I was trying to understand how that relates, and it really makes so much more sense now. And you've just made it so simple, but there's so much information in all of this. I just feel can feel my DNA being activated. That's for sure. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing that. That's so incredibly profound. I love that so much, and I particularly love the recognition you had when I said individuality. How you felt that drop. How you were aware of that drop. That's what we want to be. We want to be aware of when we forget, basically, because that's really all it is.
Yeah.
We just suddenly forget the oneness. And
Yeah.
so then we feel that, we allow that feeling of what does that feel like. We say to ourselves again, now I know what it feels like. Do I want to keep feeling this, or do I just want to remember the beautiful being of love that I am? And once we get that feeling of that love, we want that more. And Sean, absolutely always been connected with you, and I understand your journey, and it's perfect for you. And thank you for saying that you've always felt that connection too, because I know I have always. It's just once we've had those connections of that real higher consciousness, you have to work really hard at forgetting that, you know.
I tried.
Yeah. You tried. Well done. Thank you for trying. Now you know what it feels like. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, oneness. That was a very cute oneness experience just then. But yeah, our oneness is so, so beautiful, hey? When you feel it, once you start feeling that oneness, you're going to feel drawn back to it all the time because the individuality starts to feel really empty. And I think that's a big part of confusion in the one soul, in humanity, because everything that we've tried to do from the perspective of our individuality hasn't been fulfilling, and it's had victories, and that seems fulfilling. But when you think about a victory, what's the engagement there? Is it being better than someone else? Is it competing? Just think about it. Like, think about victory consciousness, which is an aspect of the separation consciousness. It's kind of easy for us to look at the victim side of it, isn't it? Because we feel that a lot. Some people feel victim a lot more than victory. When I laugh, it's because I'm feeling the joy of the understanding, because I really do feel compassionate for people. It's so painful, you know, really painful. And we want to keep that, but really understanding the victory consciousness is what our identity, our individual identity, is striving for. Even in the victim, even the victim is, if someone rescue me, then there's my victory. We're always striving. And I love what I said before about another meaning of rescue is by sharing your love. Like really, it's like resetting them, you know, to remember love. But yeah, there's so many aspects to sacred engagements with humanity, and that victory consciousness is one that we want to look at. How are we doing that still in our life? You know, how often do you feel lack in your life? Like you want more than you have. You wish you had more. You feel limited somehow. Can you relate to that?
Yes.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. And even billionaires feel that, you know. So money doesn't resolve that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with having money. I think I know money is just love. It's just the manifestation of the one soul. But it's being allocated in different ways, you know. But it's still only the one soul. But you think about how much you want to be rescued and how that was really just wanting a victory. That's big, hey? That's I find that quite a big experience to understand in ourselves. But I want to say this. You deserve. We all naturally are abundant. We all naturally are complete love. And you deserve to have the paradise life that you're dreaming of. Your higher being that I was talking about knows this paradise, knows this consciousness. And our fallen aspect has just taken that and turned it, which is perfect. This is what this higher being knows as well and loves, to just experience limitation, separation, just to forget. And there's people that have paradise, right? They got lots of money, they're what so-called in paradise, blah, 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 all that. But they're not feeling oneness consciousness. There's still a lot of greed. What I've observed in the one soul with my love is that the more someone has, the more they want. It doesn't seem to satisfy. It doesn't. But I want you to know that you completely are allowed to live in paradise. And when you get that and you remember that and you keep connecting with your higher being that's telling you that, listen to yourself in this. Like, I love you listening to me, and I am here for that. And I have the deepest gratitude for it. And part of my guidance is to remind you to listen to your highest being. And anything that comes from that place that is anything of a put down or unworthy or a limitation, that's not your higher being, right? Okay? If you're feeling told off, you think your higher being's telling you off? No. The only thing that will be the truth from your higher being is love and support. Just loving you, supporting you, understanding you, nourishing you, showing you paradise, real paradise. And real paradise is us remembering the love that we are. And that love, that's the real abundance, because it is unlimited. You know, and I find it really fascinating how a big part of the engagements we have with each other involves money, right?
Yeah.
And I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that on the whole scale of understanding everything. But why does it have to involve that? Why has money become an exchange of love? Like, why has it become that? And the answer is so we could experience more separation, more limitation. People think that money will give them the unlimited, right? We've all thought that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But we already are the unlimited. And like, I think it's beautiful to give money and to receive money. It's always been something I've struggled with because I've just always want to do everything without money. But I know we all have created a world where money is important for our life, right? We've all created that. But we're going to transcend that. And what you guys are remembering and connecting with, that's going into the one soul. Remember how many times I say that to you? Every bit of awakening within you is going into the one soul. So we are constantly awakening the one soul with this. Every time that you are choosing to remember you, you are. There's your sacred engagement. Beautiful. Just sacredness. I always feel like sacred, the word sacred is just love. I do love that word. I love the feeling of sacred within me. I love feeling that I am sacred and that you are sacred. I love the feeling of, I would describe as holiness that doesn't involve anything other than the perfection of love and awakening. I love that feeling. That's the feeling that I've always wanted to feel. And I'm sure you guys can relate to that. And there's been so many different ways that we've tried to feel that feeling, you know, mostly relationships. And there's always, we've all had those romantic moments where it felt like that, you know. We felt that beautiful feeling of love, but it was temporary because it was still involving some form of separation consciousness. The love of the oneness is not temporary. It can't be. It's impossible. There's a contradiction. Nothing's impossible, but it is impossible for us to experience that we are anything other than love, you know. We are that. There's no limitation to that. But wow, haven't we got that beautiful contradiction of experience of what limitation feels like? When you feel that oneness and you feel that love that we are, that's when you can perceive the fallen reality with love as well. So all the things I was talking about earlier about the engagement with people, seeing them as love, seeing their beautiful soul, understanding their journey, having compassion, we start to feel those things more because we can understand them when we feel the oneness. I could have called this session Oneness with Humanity, but I felt I wanted it to be really understood on that real sacred, holy, beautiful level, not relating to any kind of form of religion or anything, just a pure, like, I always feel like holy just means the wholeness, you know, and I love that feeling. Do you?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yes.
Would anyone like to share about that feeling?
Yes.
I was going to say Clary. That's what instant thought was Clary.
Oh.
I just felt it. There's that oneness. So
Yeah, amazing.
yeah.
Firstly, I just want to thank you so much. The word sacred, it just feels so deeply precious to my whole soul. And ever since I've known you, you've really awakened me and shared with me and all of us so much about divinity, like the truth of that holiness. And it just feels like such a beautiful warmth, just this beautiful, bright, golden, amazing feeling in my heart. It's so gorgeous.
I love
Yeah.
it. I get it.
Yeah. I wanted to share, like, because I've been like so caring about the world ever since I can remember. It was a really strong feeling for me. And so, like, I've gone through many times feeling distraught around the choices and the experiences across the planet. And your guidance, and today I feel like this is a whole new level of just really understanding the sacredness of it. And I feel like every time you speak, it's like a new level of yumminess. And because it's like, ever since I've known you, you've talked about oneness, and you've talked about our experience in the beginning and that beautiful, amazing story, you know. And so for me, I've been like lifting in my understanding as I've gone along with you, but really personally and very deeply to me, it's healing that distraught feeling.
Oh, wow. I love
It's
that.
and it's just so personally, it's just so precious to me because it's been such a big part of like who I am as a person. You know, like I chose to be an Aquarian, like
I was thinking that. Yeah.
like it's, but like the humanitarianism, I can see today it's an aspect of separation to you know, from that perspective of believing that that's an identity, you know, like I can see that level of separation that I haven't seen before, and just the reality. But I wanted to share, like, today, I had a moment
Yeah.
yeah, where
Yeah.
that distraught feeling could come up because I saw some things that were going on in the world, and you know, like and I just put them down, and I just focused on you, and I focused on what you've shared with me in the past, and I focused on the oneness.
I feel so honored. Thank you.
Yeah, just focused on the love that we are.
Yeah.
It's just so precious. And I just felt myself lifting out of that state
Wow.
to like this really beautiful warmth about us all in humanity, not a despair, like a hope and an understanding of like listening to you, like gives us like that strength of love to choose. And I connected with that, like the more that all of us choose that strength of love as oneness, that's actually what's going to change, you know?
Yeah, that's it.
And I really understand the feeling of depth of love and care that would make you want to protest something. I really understand that. Really understand that, because I went through that as a teenager, and I thought that was heroic, and I thought it was noble, and I thought it was like, and I was involved in organizations, and I understand that. Yes.
It's victory consciousness.
Yes.
So keep going.
Yes.
Going.
And because I've now been alive, you know, all of these years,
I love
I cannot really see that there's always something going on that people
Yeah.
are protesting.
That's a very good point. The ongoing lifetimes become, there's more wisdom and awareness of it. So keep
Yeah.
going. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like so uplifting and nourishing and real just to remember
Yeah.
that oneness is what's actually really happening, and we are all wanting this experience, and we are all together, and we're gaining the wisdom, you know. And then I went for a beautiful walk outside, and it was like looking at the clouds and looking at the trees and feeling the love of not just people but everything, like that connection with absolutely everything.
I love this so much. Thank you.
and
Oh,
I and then here I am in this beautiful session and tonight, and it's like, and now really connecting with the sacredness of that, and I'm so grateful to you, Jode. I'm so grateful because I feel like my evolution is very much aligned with like caring for humanity, and now it's becoming like just really truthful, like in a really sacred way. My understanding is aligning with the sacredness, and it's because of you and everything you've given to me across all of these years. And I'm just so grateful that I'm not in despair. And when I feel it, I know what to do with it, you know, that I'm not feeling like I can't live or it's hopeless or, you know, we're all doomed. Like, we're not doomed.
You're making me cry now. That's beautiful. I love that so much.
Yeah.
That you're
It's
not in despair anymore because you
not
have
in despair.
applied the truth of the higher consciousness of love.
Yeah.
And you could embrace it all as oneness. You've become aware of that. And thank you for demonstrating that. Thank you for sharing this and showing this is going into the one soul. Everything you're saying is going, it is the one soul. So the fact that you're saying that, I mean, I feel completely honored to be that guide, you know, it's just beautiful. But my mission is for you to become that guide for yourself so that it does finish despair.
Yeah.
So that it does change all of us, because I want to come home.
Yeah.
Even though I know we haven't left home, we're home, right? And that's how I feel when I'm here with you guys and sharing this higher consciousness. And I know you feel it too because you share it. It's the beautiful feeling of home is oneness. So if we can do that, and we are going to do that in our life, of feeling that oneness, remembering that oneness, and you have continuously reapplied that, Clary. You kept on applying it. And yes, you've been through a lot doing that, but you kept on applying it in every situation. And look at you. Look at you now.
But I had a cute oneness moment the other day
Yeah.
at work. I wanted to share with you.
Absolutely.
Like, it was a technology thing that happened, and it was really interesting. So I was at work, I was in the office, and one of my team members was going to get a phone call. It was supposed to be going into her headset, and she was supposed to be talking to this customer. And instead, and my technology, my system wasn't even set up to take the call. Like, I wasn't even I'm not supposed to even get a call in that state that I was in. And all of a sudden, I was talking to the customer, not her, but it was connected to her computer. And once we because I just helped the customer, and my team member was like we couldn't understand what was happening. It was so strange. And then after it was all finished, she said, "Oh, we're just one today, Claire."
Wow.
You and I, we're just one today.
Wow.
And I was just like, because my back wasn't, I wasn't looking at her, and I just was looking, and I was just like my jaw just like, it was so beautiful. It was
Yeah.
so beautiful, and she was really playful. And I went, yeah, we're just one. We're one.
Wow. Wow.
So
Oh, how
amazing.
yeah. This is amazing. At the same time, there it is. There's that wondrous moment that I talk about. Like, yes, so amazing. Like,
Yeah.
it's
So
yeah. It's like I said, it's in the one soul. But keep going.
yeah. And you always say that what we do and what we goes like for the one soul. But tonight I could really feel like, as you started sharing about these sacred understanding about oneness, I was thinking like how amazing your words are going into our one soul tonight. Like how potent and precious what you are sharing
Thank you.
actually is, and how relevant and amazing it is that it's happening right now in this time. And I'm so grateful for you. I cannot put it into words how much I love you, but
Same.
how profound
Mm.
your words, like I could just see the entire humanity listening to you tonight. That's how I felt what was happening.
I was
So
feeling
beautiful.
I was feeling that exact feeling because that is what I'm talking to. And you
So
guys,
beautiful.
thank you so much, Clary. That's so touching and beautiful and means so much to me. And I just know that you guys are doing this too. Like how I tried to say to you how precious you are. I really want you to honor that in yourself, how precious you are to the one soul. If there's anything that you could give that is the highest thing, it's this, you remembering. And the reason that I share things so simply is because I understand it simply. I understand. I see it as simple. I don't see it as complicated. I don't see any need for any other identity. To really remember and awaken is very simple. And I love that, and I remember when I would read a lot of books and, way back when I was in my 20s and 30s and trying to understand what people were really sharing. And I could feel bits of it, but I could never feel the wholeness. I could still feel it, and I knew that in my soul, and I could feel that the wholeness was everything to me. And that, like, there's a baby photo of me. It's really cute. I don't have many photos. My mother lost a lot of my photos, which is fine and beautiful, and I understand the higher plane in that. But I have this about 2 or something like that photos of me, and my mum is holding me, and a friend was there, and my brother was there, and you can see me, and I'm looking at them, and you can see in my face, even as a baby, I'm watching them, I'm observing them, I can see them. And that has been the thing that's in my soul since then, and before. It's forever, really. And so I had to allow that. Yes, I gained a lot of wisdom through my life, which I really want to share my whole life story one day, but it will take a long time because there's so many aspects. But that just gave me, like I always call it, fast track wisdom to understand what it really feels like. I couldn't tolerate pain at all. And I think you guys are the same. That's because our threshold of pain isn't, it's at a level to make us wake up. And the pain is only ever caused by our separation and individuality, which, all those emotions, the fallen emotions, stem from that. And I just always wanted to feel that oneness. I always wanted to feel that. I did feel that. I knew that was real. I didn't understand why others didn't know that. But then I had the experiences which I value so much to understand what it was like to be fallen. And that's what I would like you to do, is value the fallen experiences. It gives you more compassion. And thank you for understanding the simplicity. Thank you for not needing anything but the simplicity. Thank you for knowing that the simplicity makes it clear. Thank you for that. Like, really deeply, thank you. Like, feel my gratitude. Just feel it. I'm sending it instantly. And feel it and love it and take it in and allow that gratitude. Let me honor you. Thank you for honoring me, but let me honor you, because I can see you and I love you and I know you. It's beautiful. So beautiful who we are. And like I said, I want home. I want the home of who we are to be our existence. And you know, my fallen identity has said, well, wouldn't that be boring? Like, you've got everything, you don't have to struggle, you don't strive for anything. What would you strive for? What would be your mission? What would be all these things? And my higher being would just say to me, you can't fathom it right now, but you will. And I am starting to fathom it more and more and more, the more that I let myself remember the truth, as you will. And I'm listening to my higher being, knowing that it is me talking, knowing that I'm listening to that. And it is the most beautiful, loving thing ever. And I listen to yours as well. I love that. I love knowing I can do that. You know, your beautiful being in that place talks to me too. And you can do that with anyone. You can be aware of that. You can just, when you want to feel that love and that oneness, know that they've got that there. They exist, so they have it. We all have it. Our beautiful higher being, it's right there. I guess you could say collectively it's called the higher self. But I feel it's much more than that even. It's just who we actually are. So when you can more and more listen to that part of you that does remember and does know, and as I said, you only hear love from that. If you're listening to anything that isn't loving you, you know where that's coming from now. You know that's just, you know that wisdom, you know that's just your fallen identity having fun. And if you want to have a bit more fun with it, go for it. I'm not here to limit you. I'm here to help you to remember who you are. And if remembering who you are means you want to go and have more fallen experience, that's okay. But how much more pain do you really want to have, you know? And it's okay if you do. But listen, if you want to really experience and help the one soul and have the sacred engagement, then listen to yourself on that level. It's beautiful. And it's so nourishing and yummy, you know? It feels so, like your eyes start sparkling more, your eyes start seeing everything more, you start seeing every little thing in your world more beautiful, like what you expressed, Clary. You went outside and you felt the oneness of everything, the trees, and like I talk to everything. I talk to a piece of wood, you know, I talk to everything and I thank everything. I thank the food that I'm cooking. I thank the pots that I'm cooking in. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love all of you, because I do feel that, because I know it is me. I know it's all of us. And isn't that a beautiful experience? I know for me, I would rather do that. I had the pain and I'm still integrating things because it's only because of the programs. I don't believe them anymore. I see them, but I don't believe them. I feel the emotion of them, but I don't believe that either. I need to express it sometimes to understand it more. And that's good. That's beautiful. So do that. You know, when I say express it, I express it to myself. I help myself, and you can do the same thing. But listen, that's the sacred engagement with you as the one soul of humanity, is listen to that higher voice. We have to call it high because it's relevant to the fallen voice, right? Listen to that. And you know what? If you're not, I love you anyway. It doesn't matter. It's just a journey that you're still experiencing. But I'm here to guide you to remember that. And because I love you beyond words, beyond anything. I love you. Like, I love you. And thank you for loving me, and thank you for letting me love you. Thank you. Look at you. You're so gorgeous. This awakening that I guide you and myself with, it does change us. It does bring out our beauty. It really does, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, it really does. Look at the transformation. Just look in that beautiful mirror and see it. And love it. I know sometimes that can be challenging, but that's okay. Let it be challenging. Just say, well, high self, me, tell me something. If you want to call on my high self, I am there. It's more than willing. Go for it. Ask my soul anything, for anything, for as much love as you want. I know I'm unlimited love. And I love that. I love that. I love you. And you love me, you know, and we all love each other. That's exactly, that is the total truth of our existence. So let's just take a deep breath. And feel that. And feel that. And relax into that. Feel that connection with your beautiful higher being. Just feel it. It's easy. It's instant. Feel how loved you are from that aspect of you, how much it's loved your journey. It finds it cute. It finds it adorable. It'll tell you that. Feel how much it loves you. Feel the fulfillment of that. Just feel that. Like, we know, we've all wanted to feel the feeling of in love, but it's already happening. You are in love with yourself. We are in love with ourselves. So feel that. Just take some beautiful moments and feel that. And if you're hearing anything else that isn't that, that's okay. You're still gaining the wisdom to know what it feels like. And I love you anyway. You love me, and we all love each other, and it's just so beautiful. Would anyone like to share anything right now? And you're ready. Yes, Clary?
I was just thinking more, I just had like this sudden memory of how I felt when I arrived to you at the first time I met you, the first weekend I came.
I remember it very clearly.
And I can remember after tonight talking about the rejection and stuff, I can really remember more of the feelings that I was living in, like a lot of the despair and the rejection and all the layers of victory and all of the separation layers. And I can see myself there, and now I can feel myself here. And wow, like how much your guidance has given me.
Wow.
And how deeply fulfilling it is to really truly feel that love of ourselves. And you've said that since the very beginning. It's because of you that I can actually feel love for myself. Like I had really low self-esteem. I was very much hating myself about everything, but I was also very strong. And I also had qualities of bravery and courage and, you know, a lot of care and everything, but I was very, you know, very much wrapped up in a lot of things. And from your guidance, I'm now sitting in this beautiful place tonight where I recognizing just how deeply fulfilled I feel in myself and connecting with those higher levels of myself and just really feeling that love, that beautiful, expansive, like love, just, you know, just that beautiful love that just, it's just, and when you said that you know that you're unlimited love just then, I was like, wow, I have heard you say, I have heard you say that so many times, but I feel like I can feel it now. I can feel that I am unlimited love. And it's, wow, like you're just guiding us through layer after layer after layer after layer. And now we're going higher. It's, I just trust you with every skerrick of my being. I love you. What you've given me is just pricelessly precious. Because I can remember feeling unfulfilled. I was so unfulfilled and everything I was doing was leading to unfulfillment. So I was very upset with myself when I found you.
Yeah. Oh, you're absolutely gorgeous. Then you still are. And I saw that light in you instantly. Absolutely beautiful. I could see your fallen aspect too, but you know, just
and
beautiful.
to now, but your guidance and who you are has helped me recognize the love that I am. And I just want you to know how much I love you and how grateful I am, because what else is there in life but to feel that, you know, how deeply healing that is.
Thank you so much, Clary. That is so beautiful. I love you. And I am you. You are me. Like, that's what's so beautiful about the real truth and the recognition. I love representing as this. I love it to the core of my whole being. If I can assist you and guide you to remember the love that you are, that's everything. That's everything. So thank you, Clary, for sharing that. So beautiful.
Thank you so much.
When you were saying that, I could really feel that oneness, actually. I could really feel how much you've become more oneness conscious. And I know I've said it over and like I am too. I've always known it, but it's the more that we apply it, the more that we feel it, the more that we remember, the more blissful our life is. Blissful life is real. It is real. And this is how it's real. Because we just remember. We just remember. It's right here. It's within us all. It's right here. Thank you, Clary. I really, really love everything you shared. So beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else like to share too?
Yeah, I want to share. There are some background noises, but I think now it's slow. So yeah, well, I'm remembering when I just met you, you told something like when you walk through the streets, you can say to everyone you meet or you see, but within yourself, thank you, I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a time when I was in the world, I always felt like me against the others.
Yeah.
And I was very afraid and I'm really suppressed. And by doing that completely changed my way of being in outside in the world and just feel how beautiful everything is. And I could feel myself, I could feel the wholeness by doing that, like everyone that I saw. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. And yeah, that really changed me. And yeah, now when I'm soaking everything in that you are saying today, and I could realize from, I experienced oneness, and it's the most blissful feeling I ever felt. And it's also that feeling that keeps me going, because I know that's where I want to be, in that consciousness. And that, yeah, I just feel so grateful because it's since I met you, my life has completely changed, and
Yeah.
I can feel these feelings, and I can feel this real bliss.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
it's the most precious gift you could give me. So I love you very much.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, you beautiful soul. Oh my God, thank you so much. I know, I completely understand what you're saying, and it's such like the gift that you give me, all of you, to transform this much. Grateful is not enough to say, right? You remind me of the love I am through the love that you have for yourself now. Like we are all reminding each other. And I am speechless. I love our words, and I want to use them. They're important. But this feeling that you're describing and that you're all feeling is something that's been getting activated in me more, of another experience level that we're going to experience, where our communication is different. Like I'm starting to get I can't think of the words, but I'll say insight into where we're going. And it's so beautiful, and it's another language. It's another language in a higher dimension. It's already existing, but we're going to shift into it, and that's what I would call the paradise consciousness. We're shifting into that, but it's not even enough to say. But what this love that you're sharing to me, it triggers that awareness. Because of your awareness and because of your awakening, it's giving so much to me. Your awakening is awakening me more, so I can give more. You know, that's what's so beautiful. And I'm sharing this because I'd like you to connect with it if you can. If you don't even know, I don't even know how to describe it really. I just feel it. I feel it in my soul. I have awareness of it in my soul, a new dimension we're heading in. And this has only just started happening really recently to this level. I've always known it and felt it in my soul, but there's this other shift that's happening. And I want to share this with you because I want you to trust this. Trust this journey where it's taking us. Trust your ascension. We don't really know exactly what that is yet, but this is what I want to share with you. I'm starting to get like a window opening to this. It's like that. And it's a whole nother realm and a whole nother dimension. And thank you for your love, because that's really giving that to me. It's really activating it for me. So, because I'm trying to even find the words to say it, but our love is so important. Like it's vital to our ascension. It's vital that we share our love with each other. But I want to inspire you to know there's another place we're going in ourselves, in a dimension. We're shifting. And one day, like look where you are now, you've shifted to here, like you were saying, Clary, you looked back then, you look at, we're going further. We're shifting further. We're going to activate, we're already activating it, but we're going to experience our power so differently than what we're experiencing it now. The limitations are going to be gone. They're going to be finished. The separation consciousness will be finished, but we'll still experience our self in these images. different images of ourselves. I don't want to call them individuality because it doesn't feel like that, but it's like the beginning where when we were that. We're not going back, we're going forward. And even in that, saying that, there is no forward, but where we are shifting into a new dimension. And we are going to live that. We're going to live in that. Can you actually try and fathom that? Living in a realm. Just try, because I can't fully myself. I'm still allowing myself to fathom that. But I keep getting this window and this flash of it. Like, it's not a flash even. It's just a soul memory thing. Maybe I'll be able to explain it more as I see more. But I hope this is getting through to you. Is it getting through to you a little bit or a lot?
Yeah.
It is.
Definitely is. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you. Because I want that to inspire you. It inspires me because it feels really, really new, and is new. Because all this wisdom that we've had experienced is completing. So the more that you allow that wisdom, the more we'll be shifting into that dimension. The more that you embrace yourself as a fallen being and embrace humanity, all of us, that's beautiful oneness thing. The oneness. Let us embrace that. Let us have a really, really high perception. Let us observe our world from there. And like beautiful Emmy and Clary, you just shared just now how much you've changed and how much your life has changed. And you've all shared that. Your life is going to change more. More, it's going to become more beautiful. Have faith in that. Anything that you see in the world that's not saying that, that's okay. But it's not real. Trust this. Feed this in yourself. We've been feeding ourselves all the lovely fallen things, the things that I talked about earlier, to have this experience. But feed that to yourself. Trust there's this higher plan, this new dimension is like, why am I seeing that window? Why am I seeing that? Why am I feeling that? Why are my dreams becoming really different and seeing this other place? There's a very great answer to that, as that's the reality that's manifesting. You feel a lot of what I feel. It's so unknown, but you feel something, hey? You feel something, that's right? Something new is saying, this is true. Yeah. This is true.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Because it is. And I'm letting myself fathom those things as much as I can. Because in fathoming it, I'm allowing it. Even though in the contradictory, I can't really fathom it right now. But I know we're developing our light bodies, where our bodies are light, but they're awakening, they're transforming. And I want to focus on that. Yes, I still feel the limitation of the physical body, but I know it's not real. I know that we are really light. I mean, even the scientists are saying that, You know, I remember, having that awareness that if we keep zooming in, zooming in, zooming in, zooming in, zooming in on ourselves and our body, all we're going to see is light, which is only love. Love manifested light. To have this, and we love light. But that's all we're going to see. So why do we feel this tap feeling? Why is it solid? Because we believe it. That's all. That is all. And that's okay. How beautiful is it? I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. And love it more. But know that the more you are applying this guidance from me, and the more that you're embracing it with love, and the more that you're remembering you, and the more you're connecting with your higher being and listening to that, make that your choice. That's your sacred engagement with humanity, because we are one. Engage with that in yourself. When you see the programs, the limitations, okay, in yourself. You'll see them. They rave on, right, with crap. You'll see them. When you see them, follow them where they go. What is the limitation here? And you might actually see something underneath that one that keeps on repeating. You will, and you'll see another one, another limitation that might be more relevant, will be more relevant. I won't say might because it's will. I follow those thoughts through, and you'll expose something to yourself that's more limited than you knew that was feeding that one. So when those limited thoughts come, you can have fun and you can play with them. You can look at them and study them and see where it is. And it might only go to one more thing, which would be enough. And it'll reveal something. It'll be a revelation if you allow that. And we're like, oh, that's what I've been doing. Great. I love that. Finished. Finished. I am light. I am love. I'm sacred. We are one. We are love. And just apply that. Look, it's just applying. It's just applying. It's using your will, your powerful being that you are, to apply this higher consciousness. It's simple. That's what I know. That's why I can share it, because I know it's simple. I know also how evolved you guys are, that you can fathom what I'm talking about. And I want you to acknowledge that. Really acknowledge you are very, very important souls. Very important in the way of the ascension, okay? You're establishing something really, really profound. And it's that, what's that place that I can see through that window? Let's go there. Oh, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. I feel like that's a really beautiful moment to finish today on. But I know that we are forever together, and I love you and I thank you. Before I go, would anyone like to share anything?
I do.
Yep.
I really want to thank you so much for your humility. This is what makes you different than anyone else, is that you are so humble and so honest about all your knowing and all your love. You helped us, how you guided us to connect with our higher being and to know that exists. You have never done this. You never try to control knowledge. You respect where we are. You respect our levels. You respect everything that you have said. You actually do that. You maintain those boundaries and share whatever we are ready for. So it's such an honor today to be here with all of us and to know that we are ready for this level now.
Yes.
So thank you for that, but also thank you for your immense humility to share all this with us. And genuinely, when I talk with my higher self always knows and feels I exist to love you.
Oh.
Loving you is loving me. It is not different. And it's like I have loved everything and everyone more since I allowed my love for you. And
Bye.
My higher being is like, when I connected with my higher being, I'm joyfully with your higher being, and it's like,
yes. Thank you for saying that. That's what else is going on there. We're all there.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's and in today's session, as I'm observing all of us, I genuinely can see more of me in everyone, like even physically. I can, like in experiences, in everything that everyone has said, and I can feel our oneness so strongly.
Yeah.
And I can see each other in each other, like as if it's almost like we are, as you are guiding us to this sacred oneness, we are all remembering that and we are melting into that love with each other. So thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nisha. That's so beautiful. So beautiful. Speechless. But you can feel my love. Thank you. I love that. Everything about that. I love you. Thank you so much.
Love you too.
Or anyone else like to share anything before we go? It's okay if you don't, but I love you.
Yeah, I would. I'd love to. Yeah. God, yeah, thanks for sharing, Nisha, and everyone, what you've shared so far. And I've recognized before the gratitude that everyone feels for you, Jody. I just love that. I love the gratitude that people share. And it just makes me feel ecstatic that people love you that much. I just feel really honored that people love you, and I feel honored that I love you, and I feel that shift as well that you're talking about, and that constant giving and receiving of love. And I remember just thinking the other day, it's like, this doesn't stop. Like,
yes,
this just keeps going. It's like, this is just another level, another level, another level, and it just keeps going and going and going. And I'm just like, it blows me. It blows my levels, is what it does.
Yeah.
I'll be at a level and then I just feel it. I'm just shifting all the time. I'm just shifting. And it's your love that does that. And it's like Nish was saying, the humility and the humility in the love that you give is just, I can't say how grateful I am to have you in my life.
Same.
I know you've always been there, even when I haven't physically been in touch. I know you've always been there. I've always had that relationship to fall back to talk to your higher self. And I've felt that. And I just feel so honored and grateful. And I also love what you said about you're teaching us to have that relationship with our higher self. And that's something that I'm realizing more and more. But also something I struggled with years ago, that I felt like I had to be with you to have to awaken. And I really struggled with that, because I was like, I just, I wanted to have that for myself, and I didn't. And I didn't know I didn't understand that. Like, I thought I had to be with you, I had to be close, physically. And then I realized that I didn't have to, but I do, but I don't. That it's this real contradiction.
Well, put it this way, we want to be. We want to connect with each other because of the level of our consciousness. We want that, and it's beautiful to connect. But keep going. I love what you're saying.
Just thank you so much for giving me that connection with myself, my higher self. Thank you for your humility and your love and your constant giving, your constant gratitude, your constant love is just, it's what helps me. And I feel like it helps everyone. It does help everyone. It really does. I feel it. I feel the depth in myself. And I go to work in my workplace. I've got a small team of guys that I look after, and
awesome.
Not very awake. Some of them not very awake at all. But I recently have been coming before I go to work and think, okay, I want to change this. I'm going to talk to them all before I go in, and I've felt the change when I come into work. It's been amazing. Things I've said,
so good.
One team, one dream, and I'm just like, what? Like,
wow.
It's just amazing, really amazing. The shifts that I'm feeling within my workplace is just amazing. I can't thank you enough, Jody. I love you so much. I love you all so much. I love everything you guys share, and I love having this space to share with you too. It's just so sacred.
Wow.
I love the sacredness of this, and I'm so looking forward to embracing that sacredness out into the world and feeling that oneness with everyone too.
Wow. So deeply touching, Sean. Thank you so much. Wow. Just so beautiful. And that you're allowing it to go into your world. And Clary shared the same, like it's going into, Nisha does it, you know, we can all do that. You know, I know you all do it anyway. You couldn't help it but do it because of who you are. Your role is so important in this whole awakening. But the fact that you're seeing the results too, Sean, with those guys, and you will. And not only will you see it there, we'll see it in the rest of the One Soul. This is the plan. So thank you so much for sharing that. I know exactly how you feel and how we try to put this in words, but we'll keep trying. We'll keep letting that love flow, because that's what we want, and it's beautiful. And I'm so happy that you're feeling that connection with your higher being.
Yeah.
It has become more, there's more clarity in me. As I'm awakening more, I'm getting more clarity about a much higher perspective of ourselves. Of course, we're all going to, you know, we're going to keep awakening. That's why I wanted to show you that glimpse into that window, because that's what's happening. And you're seeing it, and we're going to see it more and more and more. We're going to feel that oneness more and more. Thank you, Sean. Really beautiful. Really love you being here so much.
Thank you.
It just feels.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It feels perfect. I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you too.
Thank you. Oh, anybody else? Oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah, I'd like to share,
I feel
Joe.
beautiful because of your love, and you are just so beautiful. So yeah, go, Margie.
Oh, I am just loving everybody, and I'm just absolutely loving this. And I feel like just talking about the oneness is just making me, I can feel the shift in my DNA. I can feel the rising. I can feel the connection with my higher self. And it's made me even feel that even more tonight, you know, to make it even more simple to be able to feel that. But I just loved everything that you're saying today. And thank you so much, Jode, for bringing us home. For leading us home like this. You're just so beautiful and so loving and so understanding and so giving. And when you said tonight about feel my love, you feel our love, and let us feel your love. Like I can feel that coming in. I feel like my heart is just opening to the love that you are giving.
That's what we want to do, because then we're going to awaken that beautiful reality for ourselves.
Yeah.
More than this. But isn't this a beautiful start, though? What a beautiful start.
Yeah.
I know.
Beautiful. And
we'll enjoy now too, you know, because it's so beautiful. And it's all now anyway, so it's beautiful. Oh, thank you so much, Margie. I love you so much.
Oh, I love you too.
And
yeah. I just, like you said, we're going into that other dimension, and there's different language, and like I feel like these words that we say are just not enough, you know.
No, I know.
For the love that I feel.
That's why you just really triggered me to see more of the reason why the words are different. The way we express is different. You know, what I see in that window is different. Because we're transcending these words, going into higher words and higher communication. And we don't have to completely understand that right now, but we can be inspired by it.
Yeah.
So the reason I think I can feel really clearly the reason that we are finding it hard to put into words is because we're transcending this. We're moving to a higher level of words and communication. So yes, thank you so much, Margie. Beautiful. Love you.
Thank you. I love you.
Anyone else?
Yes, I'm also feeling very speechless, actually.
I understand. Yeah.
To express what I'm feeling, but yeah, I'm just really loving feeling this new level of awareness and understanding of this oneness and this melting. What Nisha was sharing and what you said before with Clay, that I am you. That really, it's really
joyful.
It's true. This feeling of we are in each other, and just enjoying feeling the soul, the one soul of humanity in while we were talking today, and with everything that you were sharing, like I can sense this feeling of sacredness and holiness of our one.
Isn't it just so beautiful? It's just, I feel home in that place.
Yeah, it feels very sacred.
It is.
Want to protect, like,
just embrace it.
Yeah.
Embrace it fully. Just allow that, and that's what you're doing, and that's why you're feeling it. So beautiful, Stella. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I love you so.
Same. I love you so much. All of us. I love you all so. Oh, I'm glad you can feel it.
Yes.
I'm really, really happy that you can feel it. Like, can we have a new word for happy now? Bliss. Even more than that. Let's do it. Let's keep going, beautiful loves. Do you want to say anything quickly, Clary, or you kind of said something before, but was there anything else you wanted to completely say?
I just love you all so much. Wow, how precious to hear everyone talking about oneness from their, oh my God.
I know. It's incredibly beautiful.
Oh, incredibly beautiful.
I know.
I feel more fulfilled than I've ever felt right now. This is the most fulfilled I've ever felt.
Same.
And oneness always brings that feeling to me, but this is a new level.
I love it.
Yeah.
Everything that you're allowing yourself to understand through my guidance.
Yes.
Just remember, it's the one soul that chose me to do this. So it's perfect, you know. It chose you to do you. That's so funny.
You're doing just the most brilliant, amazing, magnificent job, Jode, at your
Thank you so
this.
much.
Thank you so much.
I feel it. Thank you. I love you so much. I love you all so much. I love the one soul. I love who we all are. And my gratitude. A new word for gratitude too, please, because that's not even enough to say. But this is how we're developing this new dimension, is by even not even feeling like it's enough anymore, you know. But let's keep trying with our words anyway, because they are beautiful and they do have meaning. They're perfect. Thank you so much, you guys, for today. You beautiful, beautiful souls. You very, very important, beautiful, special souls. In the way of saying, you are helping to lead this. You are helping it. You are helping the one soul. And I know you're all experiencing that in many ways in your life. And be soft and kind to yourself. Treat yourself with sacredness too. Do that. Because you are the one soul, and the more that we give that to ourselves, the more it's going to affect everyone. I love you so much. Thank you so much for today. What an honor. What an honor. Thank you. I don't want to go, but I always feel this. How do you end this? But I know it doesn't end. So let's keep that flowing and keep on awakening and enjoy that. And just know that I am always with you and I always love you. And any love that you are giving me, I feel that. So thank you. I love you. I love you eternally. Like beyond that even. Thank you. All right, beautiful souls. I love you. Thank you so much.
Love you.
Love you so
Thank
much.
Love
you.
you so much.
Thank you. I love you.
Love you all.
Love you.
Yeah.
Love you all.
Yeah.
Thank
Love
you
you
for
all.
loving each other too. I know you're giving me a lot of love, but you're also sharing that with each other.
Yeah.
That's just the greatest gift in my soul. So thank you. I love you. Okay. Soul talking forever. Oh, I love you so much. Oh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Joy. Thank you. Okay, here I go. Thank you. Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you
Love you
guys.
all.
Everybody.
Love you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Love you.